that is my favorite fucking story. Alright? And if you heard it, fuck you. Alright? Because this is my favorite story. Shout out to my girlfriend Sarah Roosty up in there. Anytime I'm telling a story that involves a girl from my past, I always decide to shout out my girlfriend. But so there was a girl. I was on a solo tour for charity. It was during the holidays, and yes, so we were in a van, and there was this girl that's been coming to Shaggy and I's shows, Ouija Macc, for years. She was a very beautiful girl, and she would stand in the crowd and hold a cell phone up every show. She would come to the meet and greets. And not every show, every annual show. You know, like the Juggalo Weekend, the Gathering, Halloween, you know. And she would come to the meet and greets, and she would say, "Will you talk to my husband? He's doing natural life in prison." You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking, here's this young, pretty girl, and her husband's doing natural life in prison. So I would get on the phone, and what do you say to that ninja? You don't, listen, you ain't getting out natural life. That means you're there until you naturally die. If you happen to live 332 years, you're locked up all 332 of them. So I would get on the phone and I'd be like, "Keep your head up, dude."
How was your day?
Me and Joey would fear who has to talk to him, you know what I'm saying? And so it happened so many times. "How you doing, bro? You good, man? Hanging in there?" "Yeah, my man, and listen, he was in there for a murder. Did I say murder? A triple murder that happened 3 years earlier, okay? What happened was he stabbed 3 ninjas to death, all right? The thing about stabbing is,
Very intimate.
there's a lot of DNA left in that action. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like he was a sniper and took him out from fucking 3 blocks away. It's a very personal murder. So, what I'm trying to say is, I'm pretty sure he fucking did it. Triple murder, stabbing, conviction. There ain't a whole lot of speculation in it, right? So eventually, I'm riding on this tour, and I'm with my brother, and I'm like, man, not that brother. My brother, Rob. Because this was like a solo tour. So, I'm like, man, fuck that dude in prison. You know, I'm thinking about it. If you love somebody, let them fucking go. Look at this beautiful thing with a fucking future. And she's with this fucking guy who's never fucking coming home. What the fuck's going on? So he's like, my brother's like, man, don't you say nothing to her, dog.
Don't do it.
That ain't none of your and our fucking business. ICP is their life, man. Don't say nothing. And I'm like, I'm saying something, Rob, because I care about her, because ICP's her life, and I want to know why the fuck she's with this clown. By the way, in case you're wondering if he didn't do it, he's got a tattoo of his knife down his fucking face.
The exact knife that he used in the murder.
So,
With the blood on it.
it's engraved. So I ended up telling the guy, I was like, because she was there every night on this tour. It was only like 4 shows. So I ended up telling her the next night, I was like, I told the guy, I was like, look, hey, if you're looking for a pen pal or something, man, you know, you can hit me up. I mean, I'll write you letters or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to say to him anyway. So, after the tour, I received the letter. When I received the letter, it simply explains to me from him that he was in a racist biker gang. And he stabbed the shit out of 3 ninjas out of nowhere.
Jump alert.
So, but when he got to prison, he met a juggalo, and he listened to all the music, and he changed his life, and now he's freshly reformed. Suspect. I know our shit's fresh and all, but it wasn't 3 years ago you was stabbing motherfuckers over some racist shit.
I got a couple bucks, but I'm not buying that shit.
I mean, how far have you grown in them 3 years? Did you meet that juggalo your first day and start listening then? Or was there a couple months before you met him? Yo, all of that shit matters when we're factoring in what the fuck you did, ninja. So, quit heckling. I'm gonna come over there and gorilla press you.
We got ADD. We're trying to focus and remember what the fuck we're talking about.
So, what was I?
See? I fucking told you. See, what had happened was...
So I peeped the letter, and I saw the address and the name, and I called information, and I was able to cop the number. So I called, and I was like, she answered, and I was like, what up, it's Valley J, da-da-da. And I ended up talking to her, and I'm gonna tell you her story right quick. This is fucking insane. Fast version. Her and her girl were walking down the street at 16. Some guy pulls up, and he's like, you guys wanna make $200 a night? All you gotta do is wear this fetish shit, dance in these cages, in this underground New York club, while couples are fucking around you, but you're safely in the cage dancing.
Sign me up.
So, 2 16-year-old girls are doing that, making $200 a night. She ends up doing that for like 4 years. Then her boyfriend dies of heroin, right? At the fetish club, there's an old couple that adores her. They fuck till they can't fuck no more. And when they can't fuck no more, they tell her, look, we're mad old, we can't fuck no more, Richie.
I can understand that.
So we're moving down to Florida, but we're hellified rich, and we love you like a daughter, even though we've been fucking in your face for the past 5 years. So we want to take care of you. And she's like, word. So they fly her ass out to, bring her out to Miami, whatever. While there, she meets a rich banker, right? He's the ultimate man. He is. I'd fuck this dude. She said they were walking down the street one day, and there was a puppy in the window. She was like, oh, I want it. And he was like, how much is it? And they were like 7,000. And he was like, honey, I can't. You know what I mean? We can't do it, honey. It's $7,000, you know what I mean? So she cried and cried. And when they got home, the puppy was on her bed.
Aww. A sweet banker.
So, she's living in a Miami high-rise with the Ken doll, and she happens to be watching Forensic fucking Files.
I watch that shit. I watch that shit all the time.
Well, who happens to have the starring role in this episode? The ninja with the knife tat.
It says murder weapon right above it. This is the knife. Evidence.
The triple murderer Nazi over over here. And after watching, I swear to you, you could not write this shit. After watching the episode, two things she realizes. Number one, that man's innocent, Kev Buck.
Okay.
Number two, she realizes she's in love.
The horror.
So she contacts him and they're instantly married, right? And she tracks him off in the yard. That last part is my speculation.
I'm sure.
So she leaves the penthouse, leaves the Ken doll hanging, and moves comfortably off the old couple's money just outside of the prison walls, right there in Florida. 2 weeks after she gets there, he is transferred to another prison 6 hours away. Anyway, so she quickly frogs over there. Relocation style. So, as I'm learning all this information, the way she was sprung off that forensic file episode, I realized the dupe was sprung. I admired how much she loved that psychopath. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to be freshly out of my marriage. Shout out to Sugar Slam, my baby mama. Woo woo! So, I'm like, after about 3 days of straight conversation all day, I'd go to the office, I wasn't doing nothing, I was sitting in the studio just rapping until everybody got off at like 6, then I'd go home. The next day I'd get there again at 10 in the morning and just be rapping all day. So after 3 days of that, I was like, man, I think I kind of like you, you know? She was like, I like you too. I was like, I want to come see you this weekend. She was like, all right. So I jumped on the plane, went out there, Kev Buck, and checked this out.
Smart.
This bitch pulled up in the fucking drop top, right? Picked me up right at the airport, easy peasy, Ouija.
She was bumping psychopathic